Welcome to Watch Me Run on Wednesdays. This is about take 40 and I can't get it in a minute. So I'm actually just going to let it flow until I believe you know what I think you need to know from my perspective, bro. If that's okay with you, yo. So I'm sorry this might be a bit longer than your attention capacities are usually a bit stronger for in the olden days, like way before when we used to like these books adore, but now there's all videos and we're supposed to be instant gratification O's, and I just don't know if I can get that through to you in this 60 seconds, Bruce. So what I want to moan about today is this coronavirus and our mental states not being okay, and being able to say, no, dude, that doesn't make any sense and your rules are stupid, okay? Yes, you still have a right. Let's not be all like burning tires in the streets about it, but can we look at some of the logic behind some of these rules that are being implemented to us? Like, if you are jogging, for example, in the forest where I run my dogs, when you are jogging in the forest with your dogs, you don't need to wear a mask. Ask the doctor. The trees are not going to make you sick, and neither are your dogs. And I promise I'm not going to walk close enough to you and sneeze or cough on you out in that forest, my boo. You are safe. So just use your brain. It's okay. Don't suffocate yourself. Please. There's so many of them. There's so many absolutely ridiculous rules, and I know that you're all thinking it, but I'm actually going to say it. How many people are actually dying around us? There are an average, I think, of 52 murders in South Africa a day. Like, there are way less deaths as far as my last checks when it comes to this global pandemic. Why are we all so afraid? Why are we all suddenly living in fear? What is it all about? No wonder the conspiracy theorists are having a field trip on this. They've got all of the space. They're in complete bliss. This is actually ridiculous. Let me have a sip. So, what are you going to do about it? Well, what we've all actually discovered is that we were spending a lot of our time doing stuff we didn't actually like doing. So we all gifted the same 24 hours in a day. And what I believe Corona came along to say is, yo, dude, are you okay with this way? There might be another way, and that's also okay. And maybe it's time to shift and change and rearrange our ways to accommodate this new space and hopefully even save the human race in the same time and place. Doing what we're in tune with, doing with things that you can make money. You can make money out of stuff that you're passionate about. It's the easiest time in the history of mankind to make a living out of something you're passionate about. So if you're passionate about cooking, if you're passionate about baking, if you're passionate about dogs and dog training, give me a shot because he's really naughty. If you are passionate about surfing, about making music, about anything, about painting boxes, you can be passionate about absolutely anything. Give me a shout. I promise you I will identify an avenue of revenue for you online, and it will take some time, and you are going to have to wax it to make it shine, and you are going to have to grind. It's not instant gratification stuff. Okay, it takes some grit. You have to show grit. You know what that is? Grit. You need to show grit. You need to pitch up. You need to give it your all. You need to give it some gis, yo. And I promise you that with using the tribe that already exists around you, you have got a community, whether you believe it or not. You've got a community of people that care about you. And those people are your first step to success. So identify them and look in the mirror. I know that the coronavirus, thank you, Corona, has forced you to have a look at in the mirror and say, listen, my bro, are you doing what you really want to spend the rest of your life doing? And if the answer is no, it's time to change that. There's never been a better push in the right direction, or like a snap, wake up and smell the coffee situation. It's time for us to all catch the right vibrations and get onto the creation station and make something worth living for. Give yourself that purpose. We spend so much time resharing and regurgitating stuff that's already traveling around the internet. Start to become an organic, authentic content creator. You will already be a 1%er. And who doesn't want to be a 1%er? I don't understand why more people aren't jumping on this slippery slide of placenta. No, that didn't work. Sorry, I shouldn't have made that right. But I'm not going to delete this time. I'm going to just let it flow because I believe you need to hear this. My sisters and bros, it's okay. Even if you want to be a hoe, it's okay. If that's what floats your boat, do what you dig and dig what you do, bro. This is not a dress rehearsal. And believe me, it's going to be really tough at times. Trust me, I didn't even pay myself last month. I've got double debit orders going off today, and my whole bank account is going, I don't know if it's okay. But you know what? I still pitch up. I only finished work at 9 o'clock tonight. Why? Because I'm passionate about what I'm doing. And I believe that what I'm doing is making the right kind of ripples and the right kinds of change and the right kinds of waves in society for me to justify doing what I do and spending the time that I spend doing what I do. And if you don't feel that way, then you're not living. Oscar Wilde, one of my favorite sayings. It deserves a sip. It is a privilege to live. Most people just exist. It is a privilege to live. And most people do just exist, and it's sad. Loneliness is up 800% in society. We've got more depressed people than we've even had in the dark ages, in what is it called? The Great Depression. There were less depressed people in the Great Depression than there are today in today's society. And we've got stuff so easy. We're living in the silver-plated lifestyle, a lot of us. We're completely detached from huge masses of our economies that are living below the poverty line. It's just so, it doesn't feel real. And you know what this pandemic is doing? Thank you, Corona! Do you know what it's doing? It's making us be more real. And it's about time, yo. Don't you think? Anyway, please give me a shout if you got Corona. I want to get sick. I want to get better. Herd immunity. Let's do it. Also, let's please use our logic with these rules. I think a lot of us are already doing that. But for those of you that aren't, this is not a dress rehearsal. Corona's not going anywhere. It's going to be around. Have you ever heard of a flu that ceased to exist? Never. Okay, so to stop waiting for things to go back to how they were never right. They weren't right. We didn't get here from stuff being okay, the good old days. Those sayings, they just hurt. They hurt. We're in a new space now. Instead of saying going back to the way things were, you can say, I'm looking forward to the new future. Because it's not going that way, man. It's going this way. Okay? Sweet. Thanks for paying attention.